You are listening to Any Given Sunday, Australia.
Yes, hello and welcome to the Any Given Sunday Australia podcast, the number one podcast in this household. Joining me for his second set in a row, our work experience kid that has turned professional, our NBA pundit, Danny Webb. How are you, mate?
Oh, fantastic. I've had a glorious day.
Yeah, you have had a glorious day. I've had messages from you all day. We won't get into too much details about your day, but it sounded like it was a pretty good one.
My head was in books all day. There's so much news. That's all it's doing.
Yeah, the 4 hours minimum that has transferred across from TC24 over to your contract has just worked out perfectly.
Lucky management.
Like measurements sort all that out.
That's it. We won't.
No, it's okay. It's just
But-
on the shoulder.
Just over the shoulder. Yeah, you got a map of the world too. I didn't. Cardi's got one. I got to try and organise that shit.
Mate, you got to have it.
We've actually got a game in Germany this week, so just something a little bit different.
Yeah.
I don't know where it is because I don't have a map. Yeah.
It's playing Germany.
You're going to tell us later when you go through the odds. Yeah. We will get straight into it. Just some news just to tick off like we do every Thursday. It's only a short piece, but we'll start off with the Rams QB, Matthew Stafford. He's been placed in concussion protocol. So I believe he still can go whether he can actually play on the weekend.
Yeah, so from more information I can gather.
So early in the week to decide whether he's going to play
In the next game,
I've said
they're
that
going to clean up.
after that, it was within for him was the protocol.
Yeah, just reading it now, like exactly what you've just said. It's just best what feels for him. It's an appropriate thing for a person and a player of his status. So, yeah, look, it is like you said. It's only Wednesday over there. They've got till Sunday, so I'm sure a lot more news will come out of it. But still, a little bit of a surprise that he's been placed in it at all.
Yeah, and worst case scenario, John Warford
Is going to step up in his play. And last time he actually played, well,
not even last week, sorry. He stepped up.
into this position was his debut in 2020.
Yeah.
Lead the Rams, get to the actual playoff spot. So, the worst
Worst
thing.
thing ever for the Rams because at least they know they can lean back on him.
I won't lie, I never heard of him before, so that's good.
Back when
I'm
he
sure
did.
they'll be right.
Coincidentally,
2020, and they played against the Cardinals. Playing this week.
correct me if I'm wrong.
There you go. So well, we're going to find out when we go through, but it just seems that
Okay.
it's all aligning. It's all aligning.
Oh, so they are playing the Cardinals, and the Cardinals
Cardinals quarterback
Nah.
already
is
also
also appeared in
with hamstring injury. So it's actually
like
quarterback is
going to start against one another, which
That's huge news.
it was actually
going to much
for both teams playing
against
against.
one another.
Yeah,
As long as they actually are both sitting out.
absolutely. Another.
One question at this point.
We're working well. Get through the kinks. Another QB that is struggling, and they've said day to day at the moment is the Bills QB Josh Allen. You spoke about how gruesome the injury was on Tuesday. I did have a look at it, and it doesn't. He did kind of get him just as he was going to throw, and there's a lot of forces going through that elbow, and the the UCL doesn't. I reckon this might be a little bit worse than what is first thought. So it'll be interesting to see what actually happens with that one, whether he actually does get up this week.
Yeah, so the coach just injury, like a day-to-day.
I can never ever see that as a day-to-day
injury.
Personal opinion.
way.
And
According to the personal opinion of,
he said there is some slight pain after the game.
all we've heard from Alan. So
Personal opinion, I don't think that's necessarily fantastic for him to be playing.
again,
It was disgusting. Like, it was a
discussing.
Absolutely, and like you said the other day, if he's not feeling right in himself, then he's going to know, and it's probably best that he does sit out. But like you said, it was 3 or 4 weeks last time in his rookie season, so yeah, it's definitely one to watch because this could be make or break for them if he can't get this elbow right.
with them going up against the Vikings
This week, like if he doesn't play, that is going to like change a lot of people.
It's going to play out because a lot of people back in the Bills against the Vikings shape up against one another.
But
You take Josh Allen out of the equation. It's a whole different ballgame. You put your second string
quarterback in there and expect them to go up
incredibly well so far this season. Like,
Yeah, absolutely. Like you said, it's Vikings are probably, besides your Eagles who are 8-0, the Vikings 7-1. They're the biggest surprise of the year, I think. Yeah, little fist bump there, nice.
Go Birds.
It's going to be a real test. And actually, probably it's a bit of a shame. You'd probably almost rather see Josh Allen out there to see, where the Vikings are, whether they're like pretenders or if they're actually up for the fight. So,
with the way they played
throughout,
you like lean towards
they're heading towards they actually are fighting. But yeah,
best case scenario for them is if they go out against Josh Allen and compete and they win.
Then okay.
It's anything. So it gets where they need to be.
But
without him,
yeah,
there's a really comparison to
where
where
it needs to be.
absolutely, yeah. So just some quick news. We'll just rattle through these ones. They're just bits of nice to know. The Packers, my Packers. I'm wearing the jersey just to get a bit of good juju. The boys bought me this jersey the other week. So the Packers have claimed former Raiders first round pick Jonathan Abram. He's a safety. His 4th year, I think, coming into his 5th. And he just hasn't quite... He made his name on Hard Knocks a few years ago when they had the Raiders. He got quite a bit of airtime and he made the roster and he's played the last 3 or 4 years but just hasn't quite found his way. So I think he's a pretty good pickup for the Packers who, as we heard, had, 7 or 8 went off last week and 2 that have gone down for the rest of the season. So losing Eric Stokes, this is a kind of a nice little slide in for the Packers.
feel this pickup is going to affect Packers going forward?
Well, it helps with our depth. With losing, 2 for the season, both of them on the defense. Our defense were supposed to be, top 5 at the start of the season, and we definitely have not been. So I think if he can, maybe just going into a new program, our special teams coach, Rich Bisaccia, was actually he finished the season as the Vegas coach last year. So he has a little bit of continuity in the actual team. So, yeah, look, I think it's good for us. If he can step up and play a role, then it's perfect pickup for us, really.
That's what you want really from that. As long as someone's going to bring some form of continuity,
Like, honestly, the pack, especially at the moment with like so many people being now.
Yeah.
At this point, any pickup's a good pickup, isn't it, really, for the Packers season?
Yeah, absolutely.
And you do
They
that.
possibly can to turn the season around, but yeah, any pickup.
I agree. A nice little interesting story that's come out about the Broncos and Russell Wilson. So there was a bit of back and forth between... Well, there has been all year between those two. But a bit of back and forth that the Seahawks are happy that Geno Smith has been wearing a wristband, with making it easier to communicate to him what plays they want to run, and it's obviously working. They're 6-3 or something like that, and leading their division. And Russell Wilson came out and said, "Well, why? We won plenty of games when I was there without a wristband. I didn't realise that the way you played determined whether you had a wristband, or was determined by whether you had a wristband or not." So just an interesting little back and forth between them two lately.
Oh, so I read multiple articles on.
I was so baffled. It was such a mean.
To me, it was such a. If you can perform as a quarterback without a wristband, great.
Perform.
Yeah, absolutely.
It doesn't matter. As long as you put in results in at the end of the day.
Doesn't make you a bad or a good quarterback. It's like the whole
article. Okay. Like, where you go?
Yeah.
Please tell me there's some more to this. Like if
they're that
wristband, force him
a wristband, like you're paying him.
Yeah, well, I don't think he'd be forcing. He wouldn't be forced to do anything, I reckon. So, but it sounds like you're on the Russell Wilson bandwagon there.
Oh, yes and no.
If he doesn't want a wristband, he's really adamant about not wearing a wristband.
If he doesn't want to wear a wristband, and
wristband because he's not winning games, well then wear one.
Like,
yeah. It does seem that he's a lot about team 3, not quite Team Seattle at the time, especially at the end of his there. It got a little bit spicy between the two of them.
He obviously wants to leave at the end of the day anyway.
So whatever he's falling back on this because, but he wanted out, and if he's using,
get out. I don't know.
Yeah, it just seems like a little bit of like, let your ex-girlfriend go. Like you've moved on, you've split apart. Who cares how you went in the past? Like, it's all about this year, surely.
That's the way
he should be looking.
Yeah.
He's like, why you been answering questions years ago?
Seahawks, rather than what you're doing.
Yeah, that's right.
I guess going forward.
Like, to me, it seems like a completely pointless argument, and that's what I said. Like,
it means nothing. I don't know. It means nothing, but it's just
You read more.
Today, so
At the end of it, you're like,
and I put it out the other side.
and I still.
yeah.
There's no answer.
There's nothing. But just a nice little keep an eye on this between those two. It's a little bit funny. And last story to finish off, especially for fantasy football, which TC24 is all over. Alvin Kamara, his battery case, which was from the Pro Bowl last year. It's been extended for the 5th time, I believe, and so it won't be heard till March 1st. So it does mean that he will play the whole season and this season and not have to worry about any charges or any discipline from the NFL. So good for anyone who has Alvin Kamara in their fantasy team.
Yeah.
This article itself, and it was a little bit
like
on top of it.
So any information you
to catch up.
Well, he got himself in a little bit of grief in the Pro Bowl last year, which is the game before the Super Bowl, and I don't know the exact. There is a video that I haven't seen, but he got into a fight at a club the night before the Pro Bowl, and I think he absolutely gave whoever it was gave him a little bit of a touch up. He's been charged for it. So, like I said, it's now the 5th time that the case has actually been postponed. But yeah, so he won't face any discipline from the NFL until it's gone through the courts.
Yeah, so what I got was
charge
on conspiracy to commit battery.
Such a battery resulting in bodily harm.
But
I don't think there was any conspiracy. He kicked the shit out of the bloke.
yeah, right.
Yeah.
Just
Typically for me,
on video. How is it a conspiracy?
So just because
for me and everyone who's listening,
getting someone else up. And he's just funny. So
It's obviously
Correct, yeah.
push back again.
and he's still playing this year. Obviously, he's got good lawyers behind him, which is great.
If you don't,
Yeah,
you charge for what you do.
do.
Yeah, I think his day in court will come. It's just, yeah, they keep pushing it back. I don't know how they get away with it, but it just keeps getting pushed back and further. So, as we would normally go on to the Any Given Sunday Nuffy, we don't have TC24. That's his little baby. We are in speaks with him. In speaks. Real good English. We're in talks with him to maybe come on next week and be a third little, maybe a call-in or something like that. We'll work that out next week when he comes back. Well, we might get him back on to do the NFL Nuffy segment. So we're going to go straight into the Week 2 preview, mate. Have you, you're going to take the floor from TC24 and throw the spread at me?
Well, just on the
Nothing.
like, it comes a bit of
Flack, bit of heat.
So I don't want to suppose anymore. So that's why we're
skipping
skipping.
straight over it. Just so
Whatever your words.
we appreciate the work you've.
Guys, we love you always. But anyway,
We're just going. So
Right,
since you're back, we're going to have you.
It is,
And
it
we're going to
is,
be so
it is.
happy to have you back.
He was a little bit flustered or I don't know, a little bit catty that we couple of little jabs at him. But like I said, if we didn't give him the jabs, then we don't really love him. I don't think.
yeah, exactly.
Mate,
Nah, perfect. Get out of the kitchen. Exactly right. All right, so you are going to take off from him. So do you want to take us through the spread, mate? We'll start off with this week's game or tomorrow's game.
We got the Falcons at the
Panthers. And give me the spread.
I will pick the spread. I'd imagine it's at the Panthers, but they'd be the favourites, the Falcons. I'm going to say 3.5. I'm going to try and get through nice and quick today. 3.5 for the
yeah,
Falcons.
it's
Quick bangs. No, the Falcons.
big Falcons. It's a good start.
I did. So you're going to take over from Cardi, and it's going to be me versus you this week. You said, why not? Let's have a crack. But I'll start us off.
Yep.
I reckon the Falcons will cover.
Yeah, right. So I'm just going to be opposite to you because you so far haven't been winning all that much. I'm going to take the Panthers. I reckon the Panthers. I'm going to take the Panthers 2.5.
Yeah, fair enough. The next game is the game we were talking about. So what's the next game?
Is the Seahawks at the Buccaneers. And
Yes, but the Buccaneers is in Munich.
yeah, right. So that's the German game. That was the game we were talking about before. Yeah, right.
Correct.
So how do you feel? It's neither home or away. Who are you going to take? At what?
I reckon the Bucks will be favourite. The same, 2.5. Bucks favourite.
2.5 Bucks favorite. You absolutely nailed that.
Beautiful.
So
Right,
it's on me.
You go first. Yeah.
Now it's my turn. Yeah, I'm going to take the Bucks. I'm going to take the Bucks at that because Brady,
Yeah.
obviously, since he's been divorced, as we all know,
1-0. 1-0.
Take
I
it.
reckon.
oh yeah,
I mean, it's going to be surprising.
I 100% agree. I reckon just the older team, they've got a bit more experience. They'll travel to Munich. It's a long trip from Seattle to Munich. That's their longest trip for the year. So I'm backing you, Tampa Bay to cover.
Yep. Got opposite every time.
No. We're
Johnny,
the
yes, I
same.
am.
I'm same.
Cool.
I'm the same with you, that one. Yeah.
The next game
we
we
got the
Ooh, oh no, this could be a huge line. Chiefs will be favoured by 9.5.
you bang on.
Yeah.
Am I a good luck charm? I don't know.
He's spoke.
Maybe. I reckon I was pretty good when we first started this with you as well. So maybe you are the good luck charm. I've got to write these down. My pick,
I'm
I
not
reckon at the Chiefs, I'm going to say the Chiefs will cover 9.5. They'll beat them by 10 at least. So yes.
Yeah, I agree with you this one.
Oh, fair enough.
100%.
Fair enough.
we can't.
Nah.
Next game,
The Texans at
the Giants.
Giants on a roll. They would be 6.5 favourites. Giants.
A little bit off.
Oh, really?
it's much closer line. Yeah, well,
I'm a sports bet, and they're putting Giants at.
All right. What are you
over the
taking?
Texans.
That's a tough one. I'm going to take the.
I feel the way that Texans played last week.
Literally the other way, but yeah, I'll take the Giants.
I'm going to agree, but I'm going to be a lot more confident. I reckon Saquon Barkley is going to have a day out. He'll run all over the Texans, and they will cover.
I was on the same page again, great.
Next game, we got the Lions and Bears.
Lions at the
If
Bears.
we're agreeing, we're in the same line. Next game we got the Lions
and
and
the Bears.
It's 100%. So, a divisional game, the Bears would be favourite being at home, but it'll be tight, so I'm going to say maybe 3.5 for the Bears. 2.5 for the Bears.
so close.
That's so close. You can't change.
Yeah,
It's 2.5. It's 2.5. You don't get that one, though.
Yeah.
You said 3.5. I said, oh, you're close. You're like, yep, 2.5.
No. I got in beforehand. There's a little bit of... I'm going to claim there's a tiny
What? Is it
bit.
delay by half?
Yeah.
Yeah, enough. My choice. The Bears have been playing pretty well, so I'm going to say that they will cover the Lions at Soldier Field.
Yeah.
I'm going to.
It's over the Bears.
Just because they have been surprising this whole season.
And Chicago, let me be shocked. Let them win. Or at least cover.
More importantly.
Yeah.
The Saints at the Steelers.
This is a tough one. New Orleans.
This one is something
Because I put. As I do for the Any Given Sunday podcast.
To keep us out, get the favourite. Oh, the home team.
Yep.
Nice and early.
And this is the one that stumped me the most. So, good luck.
Thanks. I actually think the man we spoke about, Alvin Kamara, he's been pretty big. They played a pretty boring game, but they did all right. So I'm going to say the New Orleans will be favourite, but it'll only be like maybe 1.5, I reckon.
Hang on. The Saints are favourite.
And
Is this me or is
my
this
pick, I'll say, I reckon it's mine. I'm going to pick the Saints. I reckon they'll run off. Kamara to have a big game, and the Saints will win.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I reckon
Let's take this one.
Have the Browns at the Dolphins.
Ooh. Surely this will be a pretty... The Browns had a pretty good win, though. Chubb played pretty well, I guess. 5 touchdowns is not too bad. I'm going to say they're down in Miami, though. So Miami...
Only 5.
Yeah, only 5. 3.5 for the Dolphins.
Bang on, 3.5.
Good luck, John. This is it.
You are.
Is it?
Absolutely. So your pick, who are you going?
I'm taking Dolphins to 3.5. Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's been doing it.
Incredibly well.
Nah, I'm taking Dolphins to cover, for sure.
100%. 100%. Tyreek Hill to keep doing his stuff.
Terrible season, but we'll get to that, I'm sure.
Episode.
Next game, we
We
have
have the Vikings at the Bills, and we have spoken so much.
Where do you think the line is sitting?
Pope.
This is like...
I've refreshed the page before we got on today.
Well, the line is purely dependent on Josh Allen, I would have thought. But so I'm thinking that they would have him playing. So the line would be down in Buffalo, maybe 5.5. I reckon they'll still be pretty heavy favourites.
No, they're heavy favourites, maybe because they're
Probably because they're edging.
in betting companies.
Assuming he's going to go one way or the other.
Yeah.
3.5 for the line.
But yes.
That's probably even with Josh Allen, I think that's probably closer to being fair, really. The way the Vikings are playing, and if they're a serious team, that's probably fair.
I'm going to take the Vikings on this because I don't think after watching.
Oh, is it your?
I'm taking it away.
No. Keep going. That was good.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Yeah. No, I'm going to take the Vikings 100% because
I can not see him come back after a week. He's going to be tentative.
There's no way you're.
After you go, we're literally hyperextending.
So I'm going to take.
Injury.
Whether they're talking about it or not is worse than whatever.
Vikings to cover by 3.5, especially because they've been playing.
I wasn't sure, but you convinced me. I'm going to go the Vikings as well.
You should go the Bills. Go the Bills.
Nah.
That's fine.
He's playing in practice. He never looks good.
Nah.
Next game we got the Broncos.
The Titans.
Titans would be favourites. 3.5.
2.5. 2.5 Titans favourite.
And I'm going to say Titans will cover. They played pretty well. They played very well against the Chiefs. Derrick Henry just doing his stuff. It will depend on whether Malik Willis plays or whether they don't have Matt Ryan. Fuck, I've forgotten their quarterback. Ryan Tannehill, their quarterback. But I still think that they'll just feed Derrick Henry and he'll run all over the Broncos.
Yeah,
I agree. Yeah,
I reckon the Titans going to cover this one.
Nice.
the small line. Like obviously the Broncos been playing well, but
Like,
the Titans have.
I'm going to say, yeah, 100%. I reckon Titans will cover.
Yeah, down in Tennessee as well.
Next game.
Yeah. Down to.
But
I don't really feel like it matters when it comes to Titan.
The
Next game we have the Colts at the Raiders.
So this is the first of, so they've been 5 a.m. games. This is an 8 o'clock game for us. Colts at Raiders. First game, so we said this the other day, new coach game. So I wonder if they've got the Raiders being favourites, though. I reckon they might. I'm going to say the Raiders will be favourites, but just, so maybe 1.5.
I am completely shocked by this line. I feel like it's my turn first.
Perfect.
I am shocked by this line, but Raiders are favourite.
So
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
am
that'll be purely because of the change of coach.
change of coach.
Yes.
Yes, worse.
Big line this season.
All of that, that's fine. But the change of coach.
Out for the Colts. I'm gonna back the Colts to cover.
This line.
You're
Put a touchdown in there.
I reckon the Colts will cover.
Yeah, I'm going. Cardi will absolutely hate us for this, but I tend to agree. I'm picking this purely new coach, like new coach rhythm. We're going to say the Colts at least cover. They might not win, but they're likely to keep it close.
Not the new coach bump.
That's the one. That's the one. So, whatever. It's the new coach. We're going with it.
Anytime maintaining this new coach, like just in basketball, the Brooklyn Nets have just agreed to their coach, so it's like
The next game they came out there.
doesn't matter. It's just a new coach, I reckon that's it. So yeah, 100%.
New
And
coach.
anything-
mate.
New coach rhythm. New coach rhythm, baby.
Yeah. Anything about TC.
See 2-4 cry is great.
Or at least the cover. Anyway.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Rams.
Cardinals at Rams. Rams have been really struggling as of late, but Cards, Kyler Murray has got the I keep forgetting the game. Whatever that Xbox game is, so he'll be out of it. I reckon the Rams bounce back after a poor loss last week, and I haven't even said that the line will be only 2.5 being a divisional game. 3.5.
You went
No, wait, 1.5.
You're so
Plus, you bounced.
you bounced in the wrong direction.
But I'll still say the Rams will cover.
Yeah.
Okay, the Rams
are getting really stuck.
I'll hang over that they haven't, and I'm going to go to the Cardinals.
So
Nice. Yeah, genuine Super Bowl hangover, isn't it?
absolutely, and
Yeah, it's just going to spiral Baltimore. So you can.
Yeah.
Then we'll be talking
about
about.
them in a completely different way.
Absolutely.
Next,
Cowboys at.
your pack.
This is actually upsetting for you.
What do you?
I reckon.
What do you feel
What's that?
Well, we're coming off a 5-game losing streak, so we can't be favourites. I reckon Dallas. We've had a few injuries. I'm going to say Dallas would be probably maybe 4.5 favourites.
5.5. Dallas is 5.5.
Whoa! Ho-ho. And purely because it's my team, I'm going to make you pick first.
Oh mate, I don't think after
People go off last game.
and then
Question marks.
surrounding your team, is Aaron Rodgers going to stay? Are they going to move on?
That conversation gets in players' ears.
Like
If I'm saying
it,
I'm going to say
the
Dallas Cowboys.
Cowboys. Well,
Literally.
Yeah, but this is a game we're supposed to lose. Mike McCarthy coming back to Green Bay for the first time in 4 years, I reckon it is. We're not meant to win this game, so we will.
hey, it's with Green Bay. Your cheeseheads.
You need to win.
Oh, let's run away.
Let's crumble. Let's crumble like that.
You figure a game that absolutely not, especially to win.
Bubble away. Away you go.
Fondle like fondue. Are you allowed to say that? This is not a PG show, mate, but come on. Cardi hates it, but I'm a cheesehead through and through, and yeah, I reckon we cover and possibly win.
Well,
that's fair enough.
I'll take him. I'll take Dallas.
Nice.
Anyway, the next game we got the Chargers. So Los Angeles.
It's going to San Francisco.
Close. 49ers. It's not the basketball, mate. But San Fran at home, they're going to be favourites. I'm going to say 6.5. Pretty big favourites.
7.5 according to Sportsbet. $2 for 7.5.
Where the Chargers are paying.
Wow.
80 for plus 7.5. Obviously.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna back the Chargers at that kind of line. They'll keep it close.
Yeah, I think
Lines.
it is.
Yeah, so I'm gonna back.
Yep.
The next game we have.
Last game, mate.
And the one that counts.
So we've got the Commanders at the Eagles. Remember, we're 8-0.
So this one we could actually be live while this game is actually on.
On Tuesday.
Yeah.
There's absolute chance.
Yeah. So
We
can just do a live.
The recap pod.
Yeah.
We're still allowed to talk through the game.
Just play by play, but
We'll purely commentate the game.
without expert commentating skills.
Yeah. I agree. Saying that, you are 8-0 versus the Commanders. It's a divisional game, a pretty big game. We're going to keep backing you Birds until you give us a reason not to. So whatever the line is, I am taking the Birds, but I think it'll be a big one. I'm going to say 10.5.
Bang on, it is 10.5. But I'm also taking the
Birds
against Philly.
in anything, in any sport. Don't.
No.
I'm for that. Another day.
No.
I'm also upset about that.
But yeah, I'll back.
If the Yankees were in it,
Sorry.
I would have been talking about it, but they weren't in it, so we won't worry about it.
No,
They're damn Astros for all you.
Yeah. Well played. Well done to the Astros, actually. Nice little shout out. Good.
Yeah.
But we have 4 teams on a bye. Sorry, go on.
I was agreeing with you. You carry on.
Perfect. 4 teams on a bye. We got Maxie's Bagels. We got the New England Patriots. We got the New York Jets, and we got the Ravens all on a bye this week. I said I will step up and do the multi, but all like well, I guess I'll go again next week, but not going so well. You will be up next week, but I'm going to be confident that I'm going to go well. I've gone to just a 2-leg multi. Patterson to score tomorrow, so it's his first game back off a couple of weeks of being injured, so I reckon he's going to score. But the game will be pretty low scoring, under 42.5. So Patterson to score under 42.5, you're getting $4.75 on Sportsbet. So you can always boost that up. It'll be well over $5. Nice little juicy one to start the weekend, I reckon.
You need to build the bank. You need to build the bank before the weekend.
Started.
Yeah, that's it.
Well, and then
The rest of the weekend's free after that.
And it's all yours to do as you wish.
as always, a bet responsibly.
Yeah, stop being so responsible. Well done, mate. We have made it through your first full week. Full week's done.
Mate.
Thanks everyone for listening.
Yeah.
Shout out.
Second-
No.
Then back in my chair, I was like, don't
Shout out. No,
I'm
it's
just
a
enjoying
good time, mate. And thank you for having me.
TC4
Who's busy doing a call?
letting me
Take your spot. I really do.
Yeah.
Because-
There will be a few more barbs for TC24 over the next few weeks as well. Don't you worry about
meant from you.
I got to rate it back, apparently.
that. Please don't. Please don't.
Oh, you know it never will.
You can't.
As always, if you do enjoy our past, tell your friends, your family, your neighbours. Give us a 5-star rating. Leave a review. Set the little timer so that you know when it actually comes on. I believe YouTube, you can set that little timer as well, because that's always fun. We get to try and interact with the people live on YouTube, all the fam live on YouTube. Find us on all the socials, AGSAU Podcast on Twitter, Instagram's anygivensunday.au, TikTok and Facebook is and YouTube are all Any Given Sunday Australia. Thank you again, Danny. We made it through week 1, mate.
Absolutely, mate. Absolutely. Like, as I said,
So,
it's good.
Oh, yeah. It's only going to get better from here, trust me.
only way is up. Only way is up in the end of given Sunday podcast.
100%. 100%. And I'm going to keep all the good vibes going for the Packers. So, as always, mate, go the Packers.
Go
And
Birds.
the Birds. Good work. Good Birds. Good man. Good man. See you, mate.
See you, mate.